Hey guys, welcome back. So in Northwest Florida, we are finally getting a cold front. And what I mean by cold front is it's going to drop down into the 40s tonight. So for some of you that might be shorts weather, but for me it means that it's finally time to make chili. So I'm going to show you my favorite chili recipe. It's white chicken chili. And a lot of the ingredients are things that you're going to have around the house if you're prepping. Just a couple ingredients are fresh, but can be substituted for shelf-stable items. So stay tuned. I really think you're going to like this recipe. Okay, first thing we're going to do is chop up one whole yellow onion and about 3 garlic cloves. If you don't have a fresh onion, you can use dried chopped onions. Yes, I make myself nervous with a knife too. It's not just you. Just about that size. You don't have to use the whole one. Sometimes I use about half or 3/4 of it. Should be about good there. Over here in a 5-quart pot, I'm just going to put maybe a tablespoon of oil, and then we're going to go ahead and get these onions a little softer. I'm probably not going to use them all. Let those cook down a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and chop some garlic. So the onions are starting to look translucent. And this is about when I'm going to add my garlic in. Okay, so these are my main canned ingredients, which a lot of preppers will have. 1 can of corn. You can use golden sweet corn, you can use white corn, and you want to drain it. 1 can of chicken broth, or if you don't have chicken broth and you have some chicken bouillon, you want to do about 14.5 ounces. 2 cans of chunk chicken breast, drained. I'm going to drain it and save the liquid from it because I might use that as additional broth, depending on what it's looking like. And then 2 of these smaller, these are 4-ounce cans of green chilies. I did 1 medium and 1 hot. I do like my chili hot. 2 cans of Great Northern beans, and these are 15.5-ounce cans. Also going to drain those. So let me go ahead and get these all opened and ready. Guess what, Carmen? I got a new can opener. This one is much safer and much better. Okay, now I have all of my cans open. That is the liquid from both of these cans of chicken. I'm probably going to use some of it, but not all of it. So my onions and garlic are looking perfect right now, and as you can see, there's a little slight bit of burnt brownness on the bottom there, but that's perfect. I want to add my can of chicken broth right on top of that. And then kind of use the chicken broth to clean it up. That's just going to be some extra flavor. And this is just going to be on about a medium to medium high heat. Then we're going to dump in both cans of chicken. If you have not cooked with canned chicken or tried recipes with canned chicken, you're really missing out. I really think this is one of the greatest prepper staples. So go ahead and kind of break the chicken up in there. Then we're going to do both cans of Great Northern beans. These I drained and rinsed because I don't really like that slimy texture inside of the canned beans. Mix that in. One can of corn, also drained. This is where you're going to be able to tell how much broth you're going to need to add to it, or how much liquid from the can of canned chicken you're going to need to add. When I first started making this recipe, I always accidentally did too much, and it just kind of came out watery, and I like a really thick, creamy white chicken chili. So let's add both of these cans of chilies. Mix it all in. And what I'm going to do is just add enough of this chicken juice to cover all of the ingredients completely. Right about there. Okay, I'm going to let that come to a boil probably for about 5-10 minutes, and then I'm going to add all the seasonings. Okay, so what we have here is a teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of ground black pepper, 3/4 tablespoons of oregano, half a teaspoon of chili powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. And we're just going to go ahead and add this in. If you like it spicier or less spicy, you can change that to your liking. And go ahead and mix this all in. And I'm going to leave that on a medium low and cover it and let it sit for probably about 20 minutes. I want the corn and all the onions and the beans to get nice and soft. Okay, this has been simmering for about 20 minutes. The next and last ingredients we're going to add are going to be cream cheese. And the best way that I have figured out how to replicate cream cheese on like a grid down prepping scenario is powdered cream cheese. I'll leave a little pop-up over here. I don't know how well it will work to kind of thicken the white chicken chili, but I'm going to buy some and test it out anyway. And then cilantro is best when it's fresh, of course, but if you don't have fresh, freeze-dried cilantro would be a great option. We're going to do 4 ounces of cream cheese, which is half of a regular size block. If you have the tubs of cream cheese, just measure out 4 ounces. And you're going to want to cut it into kind of small chunks. It helps it melt down easier. Kind of separate them like that. But basically just kind of stir the cream cheese in until it all melts and kind of gives the whole thing a creamy consistency. And it does take a while for it to kind of melt in. It'll look chunky for a little while. Okay, all the cream cheese is melted in, and just look how beautiful and creamy that looks. It looks like it's been cooking for hours. No one will even know the difference. So I took just a little bit of fresh cilantro and kind of just ripped it into smaller pieces. I'm going to add that and cook it in, but I'm also going to add fresh cilantro to the top. When you serve this up, I like to have chili over rice just because it's kind of a thing that people did in Hawaii. But you can put some saltine crackers on it. Get some Doritos. If you get some spicy Doritos and crumble them up in there, it's delicious. But I don't know, add your own little additions to it. Put some fresh cheese on it, and I promise you that you will like this. Well, I can't promise you, but I really, really think that you will enjoy this, and so will your family. So go ahead, give it a try. It's super quick, super easy. Most of the things you will have on hand because you're prepping these canned goods anyway. And if you can't get the fresh ingredients, like I said, there are alternatives. Now that's my idea of a good bowl of chili. I got some cheese sprinkled on top, some fresh cilantro, some Doritos I'm going to crush up in it. Anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that and you give it a try. Comment down below if you have any variations that you wanted to add, any ingredients that you tried out. I would love to hear what you have to say about it. I'll see you in the next video.